Hi, everybody. This is Brett Kisker, the Executive Director of Northland CAPS, and I know that you have lots of questions about the schedule and the programming. What does hybrid mean? Am I allowed to be in person? Or what's going on with Northland CAPS? And I want to answer some of those questions today. We do have another round of presentations coming up, so we can fill in some of the gaps as far as like rules and regulations go and some of the details. But for today, I just want to focus on the schedule and the programming. Notice that the presentation here that we have, the date of this is August 21st. So just like everything else, it's all subject to change based on the local health conditions, and we're obviously working very closely with everybody that we work with, all 9 school districts that are participating in Northland CAPS. I'm conversing with them on a regular basis to make sure that we're on the same page and we're abiding by the same rules, because we're here to keep you safe but offer an amazing experience in the meantime. Right? So goals of this presentation, then, there are 3 things. The first one is that I want you to know about onboarding, which is going to come, and that's that next level of presentation that's going to kind of tell you about the rules and the regulations piece. So I'll fill in the details in that in just a second. I also want to walk you through week 1 and week 2 and what that's going to look like as a student associate, so that you understand what the expectations are moving forward. And then the last thing is really just more of an announcement. If you look at the email that you just received, there is an attachment for your handbook. So you can go and you can start reading through some of those rules now and start to formulate those good questions as you read through. So about onboarding, let's talk about this. First of all, this is a required thing. We need you to be on the same page as us and understand what we need from you in order to be a successful Northland CAPS student associate. So in order to help out with this, in the past years, we would have had a large mass gathering where we would have our presentation and we'd talk about the organization-wide rules, we'd gather paperwork, and then we'd also send you off to meet your instructor. Well, we can't do that this year. So we're going to do 2 presentations instead. The first one is going to be me, and I'm going to premiere this on August 25th. That's Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. on our YouTube channel. If you go to YouTube and do Northland CAPS, you'll find us, okay? There's going to be, the cool thing about YouTube is it's going to be a premiere, which means I can pre-record the video, and then when it starts off at 6:30, I can actually man a chat area, so you can actually chat with me and do live Q&A as questions come up. And the whole idea here is we want a chance for you to interact and ask the questions that are burning in your brain, so that you feel comfortable about coming to us and you feel safe in doing so. That's going to hit some organization-wide rules, but then you also need a chance to meet your instructor and learn about some strand-specific information, like where do I park, where do I enter, what are the expectations, what's my dress code, that kind of thing. So for that, we're going to have each of our instructors emailing you through your Northland CAPS account, and they'll set up some times that you can actually come and participate with them. We are taking attendance on that, so you absolutely need to participate in that in order to be ready for the first day. We need to be on the same page, right? So that means then, notice I said we're going to send the invitations to your Northland CAPS account. Going back to this summer transition time that we've had, we've sent out a series of tasks over the summer, and if you haven't yet set up your Office 365 account, you need to do so, because otherwise, how are we going to get an invitation, right? How are you going to be able to participate in the meeting? And that goes even further than, have you logged into Transio yet? If you haven't filled out the permission slips, we really need those, and I have the date wrong. I'm sorry, that's Wednesday, August 26th, okay? You need to complete all of your forms there, because one of them, for instance, one of the forms says we can communicate with you electronically. Really quick waiver, but guys, how do we run a hybrid program if we can't communicate electronically? You know, there's little things that we need to be able to do, and we need your permission. Excuse me, we need your permission in order to do those, okay? So let's talk now about scheduling and programming. A week in the life of a student associate. I want you to understand what we look like and how we may be the same or different from your school, because I know that there's a lot of different expectations out there for whether you're going to go through like an asynchronous class where a teacher just posts something every Friday and you got to complete it throughout the week, or what is this like, right? So you just understand you are going to be actively engaged with us 5 days per week during your class time. So if you're a morning student, every day from 7:30 to 10, you'll be with us in some way, shape, or form. If you're a PM student, it's 12 to 2:30. Okay, and this is a hybrid approach, which means because our business partner classroom sites are too small to host 24 kids at a time, we really have to split that up, and that's to meet the business partner guidelines. In order to be in the business at all, we have to adhere to that requirement. Okay, so with that in mind, we put you guys into 2 groups, an A group and a B group, and 50% of you will basically come at any given time. And that helps us maximize our business partner interactions, but then also keep the physical distancing and adhere to the business partner guidelines that they've told us we have to do in order to be on site. But what it means, though, and this is what's what's going to be different, I think, maybe for some of you, is that it's interactive. Even when you're at home, the expectation is that you're on Microsoft Teams as our platform. You're on Microsoft Teams and you're interacting with us. We want you to engage. And guys, I'll be honest with you, we thought long and hard about this, and really the conclusion was this. We want to host guest speakers, and we want to be able to book them during a certain time of the day when we know you're available, so you can ask them questions, because it's not a guest speaker, it's a guest conversation, right? We want to be able to maybe take site visits if things relax a little bit. We want to be able to go places and know that you're going to be available with us. We want to be able to make friends and crack jokes and interact with each other and talk, because this should be a conversation, guys. This program is about you and what your future holds, and we can't do that if we're just communicating via email and we never see each other. So this is really, guys, we are facilitators of your life, career goals, and exploration and all that stuff, and we can't do that if we're not able to communicate in real time. So that's really why we're taking the approach that we're taking. Okay, and I know there's some challenges and difficulties, and we'll figure that out together. This is going to be a messy year, and guess what? We're going to get through it, and it's going to be awesome anyway. It's going to be amazing, and you're going to walk out a changed human being. So let's talk about week one. We ran into a little bit of an issue with week one because we found out that not all of our students will have laptops during that first week of school. It may take a few days for all of them to get handed out. So for that reason, we're going to limit week one to only the in-person orientation kind of stuff, okay? And it'll be at your classroom site. But what it means is that if you're an A-day rotation, and you're going to get that in an email soon, okay? If you're an A-day rotation student, that means you'll come to us Tuesday, Thursday. And if you're a B-day rotation student, you'll come Wednesday, Friday. But on those days that you're not with us, you don't have to do anything. There is no Teams requirement. There is no active participation at the same time, okay? So the first week is a little bit unique. But on those days that you do have to show up, arrive on time, please, because we have some screening processes that we have to do, and it's really going to be tough if you show up late and we have to stop class and go screen you to let you in the door, okay? So show up on time, wear a mask. Those are required everywhere for our entire program. Requirement to be in our business partner sites, masks are required at all times, and be prepared, okay? Week two, that's when we start introducing the online piece with it as well. So now you'll notice then there is an expectation to participate regardless of whether you're A or B. So if you're an A student, you'll come on every Monday and Wednesday from here on out. If you're a B-day student, it'll be Tuesdays and Thursdays. And on Fridays, we're all going to participate remotely because we have a second year program called the Senior Associates Program. Now let me stop here for a second because there's been confusion so far. It's not that you're a senior in high school. It's that you already participated as a junior and you're coming back as a senior, and that's what makes a senior associate. Okay, so senior associates is a special name for the second year kids. That's not just you're a senior in high school. So the second year students have a unique schedule, and guys, if you're a senior associate and listening to this, you can just, you know that you're going to get extra communication later on that's going to tell you your schedule. Okay, it's a little bit different, but our senior associates are going to run a professional development series for our first year kids every single Friday, and that's why we're going to have them participate remotely. Okay, so that's what it's going to look like, and hopefully that makes sense. Last thing before I let you go is I just want you to know that safety is always a priority, guys. I have children of my own. I want to know when I send them off to school, kindergarten and fifth grade, God bless their teachers. I want to know that they're safe. And so I want you to understand that we're doing the same things here. We are really concerned about keeping kids safe, but also maximizing the interactions and the experience that we have. So things that we're doing, I just want you to know that we do have a flow chart provided by North Kansas City School District, which is who is our fiscal agent. And that helps me make decisions on what to do, who can come back. And I also have a point of contact with every single one of your districts to help make decisions as well. So a lot of things are going to be dictated to us. If somebody's sick or tests positive, what do we do? How do we handle it? Well, know that I'm going to use the North Kansas City chart, and I'm also going to be talking with your district on every single case that might involve your child or your family. Okay, so that's the first thing I want you to understand. The second thing is we are doing daily temperature screenings at the door. So as soon as you walk in, we're going to beep you. We're going to find out what your temperature is. And if it's 100.4 or higher, we have to send you home. Okay, now that means if you have a temperature, stay home. Don't come to us. But you do need to communicate why are you not with us. And you need to tell us some symptoms so that we can keep track of everything. Just honestly, this is all just to keep you safe, right? Know too, because we split your classes into half, the biggest class size I think we have right now is 15 kids, and I think we even go down to 6 or 7 in a few of the sections. So because of that, we're actually going to be able to maintain our physical distancing pretty easily. You're going to be able to stay 6 feet apart from everybody, and you'll be able to stay safe, and we'll be able to maintain that kind of environment as we learn together and we work together. The next thing is masks. Like I said, I've already said this multiple times, but masks are required all the time. That's a given. That's what the business partners are asking us to do, so that's what we are going to do. And the last thing is just this. I know in the past attendance is always a big thing, and people are pushing for A+, and I got to have 95% attendance and all this stuff. But this year, guys, the message is just, if you're sick, stay home. Keep everybody else safe. Do it for the safety of other people. If you're sick, stay home, but you have to communicate why. We're going to be asking like, well, what's going on? How do you feel? Are you all right? We want to know, because we want to be able to not only maybe provide that information back to your school districts, which is an expectation of us, but we also want to make sure that you're okay. We care about you as human beings. With all that in mind, thank you. Appreciate your time. If you do have questions, fire away. Send us an email to the info@northlandcaps.org, call the office, do whatever. But we want to make sure that you feel safe. And again, look for the YouTube premiere next Tuesday for the onboarding stuff. Check your email for invites to strand-specific onboarding. Read through the handbook and ask questions so that we're all on the same page moving forward. Thanks, and have a great day.